Uruguay has declared an end to a water crisis in the capital and surrounding areas after freshwater reservoirs dried up and put the country through its worst water shortage since records began 7 decades ago.
우루과이 정부는 70년 만에 극심한 가뭄에 대응하기 위해 시작한 물 비상사태를 공식 종료했다고 밝혔습니다. 바로 이제 비가 와서 너무나 반가운 비였습니다. 우루과이의 입장에서는. 그래서 이제 물 비상사태 종료 이렇게 밝혔어요. 그걸 영어로 좀 보겠습니다. 물 비상사태?
Yeah, water crisis. I guess the other word you could use that would work just as well would be emergency, a water emergency, where there is some kind of urgent issue, urgent problem that's going to cause lots of issues for everyone. So we use the term crisis or emergency when things are really going wrong.
Yeah.
So, for example, we can talk about the crisis in Hawaii last week with the wildfires on Maui. Or we talk about the crisis in southern Europe with the wildfires again. There's all sorts of places we can use the term crisis, and here it is quite appropriate because people didn't have drinking water.
그래요. 물이 정말 너무나 부족한 상황이었기 때문에 그거를 이제 water crisis라고 영어로 표현을 하고 있고요. Reservoirs, freshwater reservoirs dried up. 이거 한번 볼까요?
Yes. So a reservoir is a water reserve. It's basically like a big open-air tank where the water is stored for when you need it. And fresh water, well, this is water that's not from the sea. This is river water, lake water, rainwater. There's not a high amount of salt in it. So we use the terms salt water and fresh water often when talking about rivers, lakes, and oceans, and also talking about sea creatures. For example, freshwater fish and saltwater fish. Freshwater fish are fish like trout, for example. Saltwater fish would be your cod or your I'm trying to think of another fish. Your mackerels.
Don't ask me about fish.
Your mackerels.
All
Mackerels
right.
very popular here.
Yeah. That's 고등어, right?
Yes.
I have to ask you about these names.
It gets confusing. This is a fun one is because 고등어 is mackerel.
Yeah.
And then samchi is Spanish mackerel. You're thinking
these names
mackerels
are very
come from Spain?
Yeah, because it's not something that we talk about, or at least I don't talk about fish a lot in my everyday conversation, so I'm not familiar with the terms, but I think you know way better than me because you cook a lot and you're into...
But also when I first came here, I was like, what is this fish I'm eating?
Right.
And you look up the names, and because some of these fish are only native to Korean waters or to Asian waters, they don't have familiar names in English. And so it's always fascinating to find out the English names, and some of them are very unfamiliar.
Yeah.
But there you go. 고등어 is mackerel and samchi is Spanish mackerel.
There you go. Mackerel and Spanish mackerel. Learned something new. 자, 그래요. 그 freshwater가 담수나 민물을 말하고요. reservoir는 저수지가 되겠습니다. 그게 다 이제 dried up. 바짝 말랐다. 물이 그냥 이제 하나도 없는 그런 상태까지 갔었다. 그만큼 물 부족했다는 건데요.